Welcome here to Cartagena, Colombia.
So, welcome to Cartagena, the first Spanish settlement in the Americas. So this is the old town, which is very expensive compared to the rest of the city, but it looks amazing and I think it's worth it. So we just arrived and haven't seen anything. So this is the gate to the old town and you already can see the colonial architecture. This is already under construction because it's so old, but it looks very beautiful so far. If you search on Google what is the most beautiful colonial city in Latin America, then Cartagena will pop up right on top. So I came here to see what it's really like, and now I'm going to show you the highlights of our trip. So here we are at the castle, the Castillo San Felipe. The castle of San Philip. So here we can see the map of this castle. And let's go up, but I think we have to pay entrance. So here they have more black people in Bogota and they're selling hats for the tourists, but we don't need it because it's not sunny today. So here's the entrance. Let's see how much it costs. Oh, nice. Tickets, they cost, wow, $25,000. $6 US. Wow, sounds good.
That one, that's special price.
Nice.
It's not too much money. Eh?
Oh no, está bien, gracias. So, and there's a high demand for this castle. Maybe we can go another day. Too many people. So you won't go in, but we can go up. This fortress, which is called Castillo San Felipe de Barajas, was built in the 16th century and is almost 500 years old. It was built by the Spanish and were part of many colonial battles against the French, the British, and it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So highly recommend visiting. Although we didn't go in, it's still beautiful to see from the outside and especially with the drone from above. The batteries of the fortress protect one another, so making it practically impossible to take a battery without taking the whole defense system. The castle is striking for its grand entrance and its complex maze of tunnels. It is also the most formidable defense complex of the Spanish military architecture. Thanks for the information, Wikipedia. Religious stuff and mouse traps. Oh, very nicely made Christmas stuff here. A beautiful street with umbrellas. Oh, nice souvenirs from Cartagena. Hola, buenas tardes.
Hola.
Coco popcorn. ¿Cuánto cuesta es uno?
2.500.
Oh, 2.500. So there's downtown already. Wow, interesting stuff here.
Pesca ahí en el mar.
Oh, qué bueno.
Amigo,
Hola.
sus colores es lo tradicional.
So here you can see the houses are amazing. Probably the best thing about Cartagena is the architecture. And the worst thing about Cartagena is the heat. It is really hot. It's like 30 degrees. It's very different from Bogota. Even now in December, it is so hot. And here you can see they're having tours to the beaches. Lots of interesting souvenirs. It's very African style here. Cigars and lottery. Wow. Wow, and here's like the center, this old church. This is a famous church. It's called Santa Catalina de Alejandria. It's a landmark of Cartagena.
It's crazy because Catalina was an indigenous woman, but she became a saint.
This cathedral, the Santa Catalina de Alejandria, is the most famous church of Cartagena. It is of course a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO and also the seat of the Archbishop of Cartagena and one of the oldest seats of archbishops in America. There are actually many beautiful churches in Cartagena, because Cartagena is a Spanish colonization city and the Spaniards brought the Christian religion to this country. The churches also shaped the skyline of the city, although if you see back in the horizon, there are the large skyscrapers, which are the modern built high-rises of Cartagena. Oh, it's a beautiful clock tower. Here's a nice park. And we hear live music. They have a museum, a historical museum. Wow. This is the museum. Seems to be like a very small museum with archaeological artifacts. So the museum is $6. Wow, beautiful flowers here at the building. Let's buy a coconut. ¿Cuánto cuesta?
5,000 pesitos, amigo.
5,000. Fresh coconut for $1.25. Traveling with a
Eco-friendly.
straw to be eco-friendly. Oh, for the inside. Ah, and then we can spoon it out. You also have the spoon, right?
Yeah.
You should also do this. Look, wow, you can eat it. You can even eat the inside. So for this price, it's actually very good. Mojitos for $5. Another beautiful space here. I just got a new DJI drone before I flew to Cartagena, because I love taking footage from the air. And as you can see, it's even fun to just see the rooftops of other buildings. In here they had some party, and it's like nice to see the pool. It's like really exclusive, because you will not be able to see this from the street. Yeah, I highly recommend this drone, and I also will post a link in the description so you can see what model I have. And I think it's a big improvement to the first DJI, because the range is way better. And yeah, I just love this drone. Church of Santo Domingo, because this is the Plaza de Santo Domingo. Here, Colombian colors.
Welcome to Colombia, Cartagena.
Wow. Oh.
Oh. For family.
Oh, no, gracias.
Where are you from?
Here we are at the city wall at the ocean.
We have the National Beauty pageant. So yeah, here's where it's supposed to be the most beautiful woman in Colombia.
So I think Cartagena is very similar to the Old Town in Panama, Puerto Rico, or Santo Domingo, because it's like Spanish heritage. In fact, yeah, they all have these little fortresses with the canyons. I think every city is unique. So this has the Colombian vibe. This is basically the walls of the city. So you can walk around the old town, and the rest is just the modern city of Colombia. So here is the beginning of the walled city. They call it San Pedro Martir, Baluarte. Here are the attractions, Parque Apollo, Plaza San Diego, but now we're going to the shopping mall. So we're looking for cheap beer in this fancy mall. Let's see if we can get something. A really fancy mall here for the rich people. So we're preparing something. I'm wondering what it's going to be. We're enjoying a vegan ice cream here at the beautiful rooftop of this mall, where you can see the castle. After walking all day, we had to take some rest at the shopping mall called Venezuela, which I think is the only shopping mall in the old town of Cartagena. So we went to the rooftop terrace, I flew my drone again to see the sunset, but it was also nice to see the city walls from the air, because in the past the entire city was a fortress by the Spaniards, because there were so many wars against the French, the British, and it was like a bad time. So nowadays I'm happy that everything is peaceful and that the Colombians got their own country. So no sunset here, either because we're late or because of the clouds. This is an interesting restaurant. This guy made all these statues. Wow. Highly recommended this cafe, restaurant, whatever name it is. Here, the last dinner without people. Interesting shop they have. You have all kinds of stuff. $500 for this. Asked what is the most expensive object of the shop, and they said this ship is $4,000 US. Wow. Oh, so this is actually more expensive because it's original? No.
Original from Spain.
Original from Spain? Wow. It's about $7,500. So now it's night. They have a wedding, a boda. Spider-Man makes the friends.
Hi, Todd. I love it, Todd.
So, nice lightning here. Cartagena even becomes more vibrant during the night, with many street artists, dances and performances. That's maybe also because of the heat, since during the day it's quite hot and at the night it's very comfortable. He's buying water. Here's a nice Christmas lights decoration. So, we're going to Boca Chica for less than $1 US. With this beautiful boat. Lots of people were trying to charge us $10, but in fact it's less than $1 US. So be careful. It's Puerta Uno, so port 1, and just go to the terminal, not to the street sellers. So let's see how long this journey is going to take. It's the other island, in fact. So my first Colombian island, it's called Tierra Bomba. So, time to leave. After we made some research about what things we could do in Cartagena, we found out that there are some islands very close and the ferries are quite cheap to get there. Therefore, we decided to visit the island called Tierra Bomba. And they also have a fortress, which you're gonna see in a minute. The ride itself was very bumpy, but it was also fun. We're about to arrive. It's a short 15 or 20 minute ride. So we arrived. It was another almost $2 or 7,000 Colombian pesos for the boat. So all in all, it's $2.50. Still not bad. So here we have a beautiful old fortress. Of course, the Mother Maria. Wow, and here they have a little gateway for the water. Here's a little fishing village. So here is the entrance. And it's free, seems very nice. Here's a miniature model of the fortress. This is the fortress. Wow, it's really cool here. Oh, Very high here on the top. The beds here. Wow. Ooh. Look, they're hanging here on the wall. Wow, really cool. Oh, I can see them. You have a little ship and some information. So that's it on the fort already. It was nice since it was free, but I complained about too many things. Couldn't fly the drone, couldn't climb the walls, have to wear the mask. But it was free. So this fortress is called the Castillo of San Luis de Boca Chica. I don't know why they always call their fortresses Castillo, like castles, because they're not castles, they're fortresses, but that's what they do. And it was also built in the 17th century, like 100 years after the other castle of San Felipe. And it was also, of course, attacked by the French and the British, and therefore it has a lot of history. And it is basically the port to the city of Cartagena, so it's like an outsider defense from the island. It was also very interesting to explore the rest of the island, which is very different from the rest of Colombia. You will see in a minute what I mean by that. Here's the beach, chill out. Having the party, I think. Wow. Wow. So here we're at the beach. Oh yeah, hola. The beach is a bit grey, the sand. Colombia has definitely much better beaches than this one. However, the kids still enjoyed playing here. Nice houses. This is the Boca Chica village. It's Navidad. There's a water delivery. You can fill the bottles here with drinking water. That's very nice. Provided by the government. Wow, they're having a pool. Wow. See, it's a Christmas man. So this seems to be the only restaurant here in Boca Chica. This is our table, so please have a seat. So lunch is served for $2.30, but I think without the fish it's even cheaper. And the drink is only 25 cents. Maracuya. Cheers. ¿Cuál es tu comida favorito?
Salchipapa.
Oh, ¿qué es eso?
Salchipapa.
Salchipapa. Doctor getting blood pressure is almost $1. Taking the temperature is 50 cents. It's actually quite expensive for this kind of island. Here we have some pet chickens. So, time to leave Boca Chica. Yeah. Okay. Dinero, sí, sí. So, time to leave Boca Chica. It was a nice little trip. That's it already from the Boca Chica island. We were a little bit shocked about the poverty in the island, and people were mostly black as well. So it was very different from the rest of Colombia we have seen so far. However, it was still very interesting and we enjoyed our trip very much. And it's highly recommended, especially as the boat is so cheap to get there. Oh, here they have little baby Jesus, just at the ocean. So, from the very poor part, now we come to the very rich part. This is, I don't know what's the name, but it's very close to the center of Cartagena. And it's full of skyscrapers. They most have rooftop pools, like very luxury apartments. And yeah, a very strong contrast to what we just have seen on the island. Probably one apartment costs more than the entire village in terms of property prices. These modern high-rises are located on a peninsula called Boca Grande, which is basically opposite of Boca Chica, the island we just came from. And as you can see, it's a big difference regarding the standard of living, as these people are so rich and just next door on the island people are so poor. Although they just don't live next to each other. So in Brazil you often find like rich people and poor people living next to each other, which is not so common in Colombia, however. So here's the center of the luxury zone. Lots of shops and restaurants. Nice tourist bus with tours. This boy has very big feet. That's how I feel after walking all day. So now we're here at the beach. So this is the beach. A little gray the sand, but very fine. And lots of tasty fruits. This beach is probably one of the nicest beaches near the old town of Cartagena, which is here in Boca Grande. However, there are many tours going to very nice beaches. For example, the beach called Playa Blanca, which means like white sand beach, and in fact it is quite nice. So we will go there soon, so you can see the difference. Wow, how beautiful. Yeah, back in the old town. We're looking for a walking tour, but we're 20 minutes late, so they've already left maybe. I think over there is the clock tower. This is where they're supposed to meet. So, we missed the tour, so we're going to this church now, which looks very pretty.
Church. This is a very clever.
Strange statues.
Andrés Sacabucci,
Uh-huh.
slave de los slaves.
Famous slave.
Yes, sir. This is San Peter Claver.
Uh-huh. And what did he do, St. Peter?
San Peter Claver, Verdú, Cataluña, España, Cataluña.
Are you from Spain?
This tell you,
Uh-huh.
Andrés, too much drinking,
Okay.
go big in fighting.
Uh-huh.
Andrés, you tell it. You go now, tú te quieres ir, Andrés contesta, sí.
Ah.
Ya yo te di el perdón por lo que tú me hiciste.
So, here we are at the world famous street of the Calle de Sombreros de Cartagena. What sombrero actually means umbrella, or not?
No, sombrero means hat.
Hat, yes. So, but I only see butterflies here, so I'm not sure why they call it the street of the hats. I guess this is called Getsemani, this place. And it's a bit far from the historic center. I mean, not far, but it's not inside. It's next to it. So here's another nice alley, Callejón Agosto, with lots of nice graffiti and umbrellas. So I made a mistake, it's the Calle de Sombrillas, not the Sombreros. Yeah? So and Sombrillas means in fact umbrella, and that's what these things are. They're called umbrellas, although it is very sunny today, so they're more sun umbrellas and not for the rain. And back we are to this street again, so let's walk around the other core. See the parrot. This is Plaza de Trinidad. Looks very touristy. Getsemani is a rather hip neighborhood next to the old town of Cartagena. Here you can find churches, nice cafes and lots of graffiti. People usually come here to have a drink or listen to street musicians. So this is already the end of Getsemani, or how to pronounce this place. It's very beautiful, an alternative little place besides the historic old town. Here's a tiny park, and after this we're going back to the historic town. One more time. So this is the monument for the independence. We just had the holiday actually in Bogota, right? There is a holiday in Colombia just for the independence of Cartagena, not only of Colombia, right?
Yes.
So, and back to the historic center here of Cartagena. Beautiful at sunset time. Here's also a famous guy from Colombia who wrote Don Quixote, I think.
Yeah.
So a Colombian wrote Don Quixote? No, it's in Spanish
No,
then.
Spanish.
So he's Spanish. Bravo! Here a very nice rooftop cafe. Perfect for the sunset today. Wow. So, it's a very nice rooftop here, but there are not many seats. So, dinner is served, lentils and a bowl.
Hot ball, baby.
This is a hot bowl for $7 US. It's quite small for this price. But this was only $3.50 with the rice and it's way bigger. So, here the tour begins. So, this is our tour. We're going to the island today. No COVID here in Colombia. So many tourists today. They're coming in masses. I'm gonna miss COVID soon. So, welcome to the beach here in Colombia. It's actually really nice. The sand is white or yellow. So it looks pretty good and the water is also very fine. So, we're leaving to the island.
Señores, recomendaciones por parte de nuestro capitán y su compañero. Mientras la embarcación vaya andando o de vidrio flotando y por una mano mala no voy a echar mano. En esta isla podrán encontrar pasadías como Bora Bora, Cocolizo, Gente de Mar, Luxury, Isla Vela. Son pasadías que le ofrecen desde la ciudad de Cartagena. Todas son instalaciones privadas totalmente.
So, it's time to snorkel. So it doesn't seem very deep. This beach and snorkel tour costs about $45 US and includes transport from Cartagena, which is about 90 minutes by bus, a breakfast and lunch, and a snorkel trip of course. So we went to 3 different islands to snorkel and really enjoyed the day. Luckily the weather was also perfect. So now we have arrived at another island here. There's some souvenirs. 120. Oye,
Es de adorno y se puede utilizar. De adorno y se puede utilizar.
Y al señor Osito cariñosito. No, este es Jorge el Curioso, perdón. Espérate. De hecho, dejamos
Hang my bag here.
Ay, vos no sé qué hice. Ay.
So, now we arrived at the next island.
Al llegar a la orilla vamos a bajar todas las pertenencias. No dejemos nada en la embarcación.
So, time for dinner. Vegetarian, but some eggs. So it's a poor fish, which died for my lunch. I think we got quite a good deal for the jet ski. We negotiated a 50-minute ride for $12 US, but in fact it's not so much fun. You know, when there are no waves, it's like riding a scooter on an empty parking lot. But if there are waves, it would be a lot of fun. But it wasn't so windy, so it was just fine. But luckily the weather was good. The last part of the tour, which attracted me the most, were the bioluminescent glowing plankton. Unfortunately, I couldn't film it because my camera doesn't have good lighting in the dark, but it was very fascinating because when you move, the plankton gets colorful basically, and it's like very special. I have never seen anything like that before. So there was the jet ski. So today we wanted to join the free walking tour, but they only had a food tour. So now they're showing us the streets of Cartagena. So he founded the city. So they have the arepa with cheese.
No, that's not arepa.
Oh, no,
That is
arepa. Patacon, ah yes, patacon.
Fried plantain.
Oh, okay.
But
Fried
the
plantain.
green to the fish, to the...
You just eat with your finger?
Yeah, you ¿cómo lo toma? ¿Con la mano o con...?
Here make the fish cocktails. Yeah, what is nice here? Wow. It's the specialty here. The fish cocktail. It's amazing fish cocktail with lots of
Ahí
stuff.
tienes otra cucharita, ¿ves? This is yours. This is yours? I'm sorry.
Oh, from Chile.
And Argentina.
It's pitaya.
Yeah, this is good for your stomach.
So this is the music of Joe Arroyo, the famous salsa singer from Colombia. And this is the plaza. Yeah. So our dinner is served. Veggie rice. So here's the famous Christmas tree of Cartagena. It's the last view before we're heading back tomorrow. So it was very nice, but we have to leave already. Hopefully I can come back to Cartagena one day. So goodbye and thanks for the good time. Wow. that's already it from Cartagena. Here you can see some exotic birds sitting at a church in the old town of Cartagena, and some more drone shots, because I love flying with the drone and filming the city from above. I just think it's very beautiful and it gives you a different perspective. I especially love the balconies in Cartagena, and the entire colonial architecture is just mind-blowing. In fact, I think Cartagena is one of the most beautiful colonial cities in the entire world. I've been to Trinidad in Cuba, which is beautiful, Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, which is amazing, the old town of Panama, Antigua in Guatemala is beautiful, Paraty in Brazil, and I think Cartagena is probably my favorite city. So what's your opinion? What's your favorite colonial city in the world? Please leave a comment and let me know.